cricket, lovely cricket. At last where I saw it. Cricket, lovely cricket. At last where I saw it.
My dear things, I'm in the village of Nettlebed this morning near Henley-on-Thames, a village made famous for the fact that Peter Fleming lived here. Peter Fleming was the older brother of Ian Fleming of James Bond fame. And of course, Peter Fleming was married to that wonderful, wonderful actress Celia Johnson, who we all remember, I think, so well in Noel Coward's film, and produced by, or directed by David Lean, Brief Encounter, and which came out soon after the war. And was, I think, one of the great movies of all time. Now, the Test match. Well, it's fascinatingly poised, isn't it, after 2 days, just as the one at Lord's was, the first one. New Zealand 229 for 3, 74 runs behind England 303. It was a great day for New Zealand yesterday, in fact. They had luck. Young, who made 82, was dropped, went 7, dropped badly by Root at first slip. And Conway, who made another 80 to add to the 200 he got in his first ever Test match at Lord's, he, when he was 18, may very well have been caught by Crawley at third slip, but the umpires on the field and also the third umpire, Michael Goff, all thought the ball may have bounced, and they weren't certain, and so gave the benefit of the doubt to the batsman. And Conway went on to make 80, looked absolutely set for 100, batting beautifully, when suddenly he picked up a leg stump half volley from Broad and hit it straight down the throat of Crawley, who was at backward square leg on the boundary, and I really honestly don't think he realised the fielder was there. I think he may have just looked round quickly and he blended in with the crowd because he'd been batting so well and placing everything so perfectly. Anyway, England's last 3 wickets took the score to 303. We had a few lusty blows, highly entertaining in the morning from Mark Wood, finished with 41. And Lawrence ran out of partners and he was on 81, a very good innings, 19 runs short of his first Test 100. And the most successful bowler was Trent Boult, who was 4 for 85, and he arrived late in this country. He arrived only during the first Test at Lord's, and he's got himself into shape in double quick time, and well done him. Well, then New Zealand started off, didn't they? They lost Latham, LBW, to Broad early on. But then Conway and Young batted. Well, Young was lucky. When he was 7, he was dropped, as I say, by Root at first slip. But otherwise batted very well indeed. Played some lovely strokes, driving the ball away, playing the ball away nicely off his legs. And he looks to me to be a natural successor for Kane Williamson, the New Zealand captain, who was unfit to play in this Test. Williamson's days are obviously numbered. He's getting into cricketing old age, and Young looks a fairly sort of natural chap successor to take over at number 3. Well, Young and Conway put on 122, and really without much trouble, apart from those 2 instances that I've already talked about. And England, particularly Root, must really have been regretting that they didn't field first, put New Zealand in when he won the toss, because the ball moved around on the first day. But yesterday, when the first original ball was replaced, it went out of shape. The new ball did swing, and it swung a lot. And there was a very good spell in the afternoon by Broad, who was unlucky not to take more wickets. And Ross Taylor, when he came in, had a very, very tricky time of it. And he, of course, took the place of Conway. And by the end, he'd made 40, he was 46 not out. And Young got to 82, and then, as it happened off the last ball of the day, he just pushed off a thick inside edge, a simple catch to Pope, short leg, and he was out. But New Zealand, they don't have the long tail they had at Lord's. I mean, Wagner, who made 25, going in number 11 at Lord's, is coming in number 8 at this match. So England, if they can get an early breakthrough, well, then England could very much restrict New Zealand's lead, even getting a small lead themselves. New Zealand's 74 runs behind, 7 wickets in hand. And the pitch, well, it's not playing at all too badly. In fact, it's playing very well. just a question of whether the ball swings again. So I think the advantage very firmly in New Zealand's court. But whether they can make the most of it, who knows? We will see. What an exciting day lies ahead of us.
Cricket, lovely cricket, at last where I saw it. Cricket, lovely cricket, at last where I saw it. Yardley tried his best, Goddard won the test.